As Australia's baby boomers retire in record numbers, they're increasingly using their superannuation to fulfil long-held dreams of seeing the country. The grey nomads, as they're known, usually take all the comforts of home with them as they travel in state-of-the-art caravans. But not so for one couple from Hobart. Keith and Jilly Tremaine hit the road a few months ago with nothing but an old Kombi van and a song. Mike Sexton reports.
'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, man.
On a lonely stretch of corrugated dirt near the Queensland-New South Wales border, Keith and Jilly Tremaine are seeing Australia by following a songline.
Every day's really been a highlight. I keep on thinking we can't top it. And then we move to another area and it's just sensational as well.
Keith Tremaine was born in Britain, married Jilly in Jamaica, and the couple migrated to Tasmania 2 decades ago. But somehow they never found the time to see their adopted home.
We'd spent this 21 years in Hobart doing very little else apart from bringing up children. We thought now was about the time we should really discover what Australia's about.
So the Tremaines took leave, bought a purple Kombi van and hit the road.
She purrs along when she goes. She's getting a little bit tired and dusty at the moment.
But this isn't a random ramble. The purpose of the Tremaines' journey of discovery is to visit all 93 locations named in one of Australia's best-known songs, I've Been Everywhere.
'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
The song was a #1 hit for Lucky Star in 1963.
I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Mooloolaba, Nambour, Wichita, Kilmore, Mooloolaba, Birdsville, Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathround, Proserpine, Alladala, Darwin, Gingin, Lilliquin, Muckilla, Wallumbilla, Bougainville, Cumberland, Ramakilla.
The song weaves its way from Sydney to the bush, meaning the Kombi has parked outside the Prime Minister's harbourside residence at Kirribilli, sought a tow at Condamine, and made a pilgrimage to meet the man who originally wrote the song, Jeff Mack.
I was hoping that when I went around to see him, he might have an hour of his time for me. I went around at 2 in the afternoon, didn't leave until midnight.
Oh, yeah, that's, he's a character. I just think it's a wonder. I'd never thought of that.
Jeff Mack began his career as a country singer and comedian while in the RAF. He married Tabby Francis, who was a dancer in the show, and they toured the bush circuit, where he gathered the nickname Tanglemouth. In 1959, he was booked to perform in Sydney for the first time in years, and so hurriedly wrote something silly to start the show with.
3 road maps, and I thought, gee, a lot of these towns rhyme. And I started to put them together, all the ongs and the Atlas.
Although Jeff Mack didn't really rate what was then called the Swagman Rock, the punters loved it.
It worked well. People coming up at the middle and the second half say, hey, do that one of the towns again.
After Lucky Star made the song a hit, Jeff Mack got very familiar with his Atlas, writing an American version which was recorded by Johnny Cash, plus other international versions which were picked up and used by advertisers, all of which resulted in a song he called a one-note chant, bringing enough royalty checks to convince an old trooper to put his feet up.
Well, I have. More or less. Yes, I don't get a pension.
It looks like we got some real road today anyway, rather than that stuff we were on yesterday. Look at that red. That means sealed road.
Still some unsealed there, though.
For the Tremaines, turning the song into an itinerary was a matter of logistics and logic. Following the song in its written order would have meant crisscrossing and backtracking the continent for months.
This is the extent of my mechanical knowledge.
Instead, they started in Yarra Yarra on June 29th and have gone on a giant loop, sweeping up the east coast and down through the interior.
A very pleasant change, not being interrupted by other people's demands. No dogs to feed, no cats to feed, no dogs to walk, no grandchildren to pander to. It's great.
While many people have been inspired to write versions of the song, Keith and Gilly Tremaine believe they're the first to visit each location, and certainly the first to nurse a 1972 Kombi through the thousands of kilometres in between stops. As their epic journey comes to an end, Jeff Mack's inspiration almost 50 years ago has given them a greater appreciation of this country.
It's a sensational place, isn't it? You just can't knock it. It's got everything. Almost everyone you meet is helpful and friendly to you. You just couldn't ask for more.
I've been here, there, everywhere. I've been everywhere.
As good a reason as any to hit the road. Mike Sexton reporting there. For more on any of our stories,